Hello and welcome to FranklinCovey's On Leadership series. If you're a subscriber to our weekly newsletter, by now you know that my name is Scott Miller and I serve as your weekly host and interviewer. Now most weeks I'm privileged to sit here on set and interview someone either live in the studio or via Skype or Zoom on the screen, someone of amazing contribution, best-selling author, business titan, CEO, or perhaps someone who doesn't have household fame but has paid the price through reps and practice and research to bring to us some amazing, applicable leadership skills in our lives. And then about every 4 to 5 to 6 weeks, the production crew, the team on the back side of this camera, invites me to come on and share some of my own leadership insights, having been in the leadership role, many roles, throughout this organization. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the foibles that I've experienced in my own leadership career and ask you to think about what's the right leadership path for you? And is leadership even right for you? So let's talk about leadership. Recently, I've been honored to author a new book for FranklinCovey titled Management Mess to Leadership Success. Yes, you heard the title right, Management Mess to Leadership Success. 30 challenges to becoming the leader you would follow. In essence, I and a team of very wise people culled about 30 different leadership challenges that we all face as formal leaders, rooted in principles, most of which I had a rough time mastering. In fact, the book is a fairly hilarious, raw, very vulnerable look at my legacy as a leader. Most of these challenges I did not succeed at. A couple of them I mastered over time with some great coaching and mentoring by other smart, wise leaders, but it was a rough journey for me. And one of the things I learned along the way of authoring this book is that, I have to tell you, I don't think leadership is for everyone. Now, that's not a very popular theory in some organizations, and even here at FranklinCovey, where inherently most people believe that everyone's a leader. Now, I guess academically that's right, that everyone is in an informal leadership capacity, and you have leadership that you help with others. As a parent, as a friend, in your church or synagogue or mosque, in your community, in a not-for-profit, and in your daily role. But I think it's important to contemplate, should everyone be a formal leader? Now, perhaps you're also a leader of projects, initiatives, campaigns. But you know, as I've been a leader now for more than 20 years formally, a leader of others, I've really begun to question, is everybody on the path to the right leadership role? Ask yourself, do you really want to be a leader of people? I think sometimes in the economy, in your organization, the lured path to more success, more influence, bigger title, bigger pay, seat at the table, is becoming a leader of others. And I think too often people are led down that path and they fail when it wasn't the right path for them. And there's no shame in that. I think there's been some shame that's perpetrated in the leadership space that if you're not on a path to lead others, then you're not influential, then you're not good enough. And I'm here to tell you, I don't agree. I think that many people, millions of people, can have a great career, make a great contribution, be great influencers without becoming a leader of other people. It's not everyone's natural talent. Let's face it, leadership is hard. It is unrelenting, it's sometimes unrewarding, it's nonstop, it's often referred to as some people as adult babysitting. Now that could be insulting, but there's some truth in that. And it's not for everyone's temperament. It's not everyone's natural talent. Now, I don't mean to dissuade you from becoming a leader. Or perhaps maybe I do. I just want everyone to be more thoughtful. Is it the right path for you? There are lots of great contributors in this organization, and no doubt in yours, that work just as hard and make just as valuable contributions, but they're not in a formal, quote, leadership role, a leader of others. I just want to open the dialogue around, I've seen too many times great individual producers yearn to become more influential and take on a leadership role of others, and then fail at it. Or perhaps they succeeded, but it was torturous. It wasn't their natural passion or talent, and then chose to step back and perhaps had their brand injured or their reputation, kind of roughed out a little bit. And I think it was unfortunate. I think organizations need to be mindful. Are you creating a career path? Are you creating a chance for people to have a seat at the table and to be more influential without always having to be in a role of leading other people? I also think it's dangerous sometimes how we promote people into leadership roles. Oftentimes it's because they were great at the job they did, being an individual contributor. And now they're placed in a new leadership role and they don't have the coaching or the education or the training or the natural talents to lead other people. And they do damage on other people. The problem is it's rarely seen. Unlike a doctor, for instance, who's, tremendously trained to be a great physician in most cases, when they leave the scalpel in your chest and they sew it back up, oh, you notice it. It's on the X-ray. It's the cause of some pain or even death and even litigation. But when a leadership, quote, metaphorically leaves the scalpel in your chest and sews it back up, you don't always know the damage that's done. In fact, I think organizations are littered with people, well-intended people, who became leaders and shouldn't, and, quote, left the proverbial scalpel in the chest, and it was never uncovered rather. People left, people were wounded, they were diminished. Many well-intended people left the scalpel in the chest. I know I did. Early on, and probably maybe even later in my leadership journey, I didn't make all the right decisions. I didn't say all the right things. In fact, I still wonder, was my calling professionally to be a leader of people? I'll let those who I led be the judge of that. But I just want to raise the topic. Leadership is a noble cause. It's a great leverage of some people's talents, but it's not the right calling for everyone, and have no shame if that's not the right path for you. Find other ways to be influential and lead a legacy in your organization. Thanks for listening. Love it if you picked up a copy of Management Mess to Leadership Success. It's on sale now for pre-order and available starting in bookstores on June 18th. If nothing less, it'll be a hilarious insight to how many scalpels I left in the chest of others, but apologized for along the way. And although I laugh, I'm mindful that I'm not proud of some of the messes that I left behind on my own journey to leadership success. Hey, thanks for joining us today for On Leadership. That was kind of my own Scott's thoughts around how important it is to be really mindful of when you choose to become a leader of other people. If you haven't subscribed to On Leadership, please do so by visiting FranklinCovey.com. Click on the On Leadership button, and we'll send you every Tuesday via email what is now the world's fastest growing newsletter dedicated to leadership development. We also encourage all of your friends, family, colleagues, sign up as well. It's complimentary, comes out every Tuesday morning with a leadership interview hosted by me with usually another expert, that's also available in podcast format, as well as a downloadable tool and a blog article that supports some topic discussed during the interview. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Leadership.